بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. الدرس الرابع عشر, lesson 14. So inshallah ta'ala سوف أقرأ هذا النص ولا أترجمه. So I'm going to read this text, but I'm not going to translate it, inshallah, as now I want us to focus and pay attention to the Arabic text and not worry about hearing English, because eventually, while we study this book, we want to move away from English as much as possible of a gradual process. So you're going to depend on what you know of the vocab, inshallah ta'ala, to understand this text. Even if it means you read it 10 times, there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually good, as repetition is key. So al-fityatu, that's the one, and Hamid is who's talking. Al-fityatu, this is jam'ul fata. This means young men, and this is the plural of al-fata, just as we learn ikhwatun is the plural of akhun. So al-fata, the plural is al-fityatu. So I'll just read the dialogue, inshallah ta'ala, between these two. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. كيف حالك يا عمي؟ أنا بخير والحمد لله. كيف حالكم؟ من أنتم؟ نحن أبناء دكتور موسى. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا. أبوكم صديقي. أين عمكم الشيخ عيسى؟ هو مريض، هو الآن في المستشفى. شفاه الله. من هذه الطفلة التي معكم؟ هي أختنا، ما اسمها؟ اسمها ليلى. أين بيتكم الجديد؟ بيتنا الجديد قريب من المطار. أأنتم في المدرسة الثانوية؟ لا، نحن بالجامعة. أنا في كلية الهندسة، ومحمود في كلية الطب، وإبراهيم في كلية الشريعة، ويوسف في كلية التجارة. من ذلك الفتى الذي في سيارتكم؟ هو زميلي. من أين هو؟ هو من إنكلترا. ما اسمه؟ اسمه ويليام. أمسلم هو؟ لا، هو نصراني. أبوه أستاذي، اسمه الدكتور إدوارد. أذهبتم إلى المستشفى لزيارة عمكم اليوم؟ نعم، ذهبنا. جيد. في هذا الدرس نتعلم إضافة الأسماء إلى ضميري المخاطبين والمتكلمين. In this lesson, we're learning how to attach nouns to the pronouns of plural of who you're speaking to, and also who's speaking, the first person. And that is with, for example, in these two words within this text, it says baytukum, baytukum, wa baytuna. Just as a quick point, instead of doing two dots, I do a line like this. This is a quicker way of writing the two dots when you're writing Arabic text. Instead of writing two dots, just write a line. Instead of writing three dots, just do a triangle. This is just a side handwriting point, inshallah. Jade. So, in this lesson, we learn these 2 points. Baytukum. So this is baytun. Baytun plus kum. And kum is the attached pronoun for antum. As we said, like baytuka, haluka. Now you can say kayfa halukum instead of kayfa haluka, because now you're speaking to a plural, a group of people, okay? Kayfa halukum antum. So kum represents antum. Okay? Baytuna. So now we have na here. Na. And this is baytun plus na. And na stands for nahnu, we, us, ours. Okay, so nahnu. Nahnu. This is why we use na. And this is attached to the noun. Attached to the noun, okay? We attach it to the noun to show belonging. Just like we said, for example, ismuka, now it's asma'una, our names. Like this, okay? Baytuka, your house. Baytukum, your house, talking to a group of masculine, plural. Baytuna, our house. Like this. Okay, so that's just a development of what we learned in the earliest parts of the book before we learned plural. Now it's the attached pronouns of the plural, because the pronouns that we have learned so far is ana, which means I, anta, you, anti, you when addressing a female. Then we learn huwa and hiya. So huwa, he is, hiya, she is. Okay. Now the plural of these, we just write it right next to it now, is going to be nahnu, we, anta, antum, you all, masculine, anti, antunna, all of you women, huwa, hum, you all men, and hiya, hunna, you all, hum, those all men, those men, and hunna, those women, for example. So hunna is the plural of hiya. So we say them, meaning females, and hum, meaning them, masculine. Okay, so this is the pronouns, plural. So this is singular, and this is plural. Okay, so that's learning the pronouns. And obviously when we have the attached version of the pronouns, as we can see, so ya represents ana, so ismi, my name is, you see. But baytuna, that na represents ours. Anta, you say ismuka, ismuka, your name. And antum, you say asma'ukum, your names. Asma'ukum, kum meaning you all. And anti, ismuki. Naam. And for antunna, we're going to learn it in another lesson, inshallah. So we're not going to jump the boat, but it's going to come. And hum, asma'uhum, baytuhum, their house like this. And hunna we'll learn soon also, inshallah ta'ala. So this is just attached pronouns now, but for the plural. For the plural. So this exercise here is started on the previous page, and it says Ajib an al-as'ilat al-atiya, answer the following questions. So the questions are going to be addressing you as a plural, and I want you to make the necessary changes with the pronouns to show that you know how to answer this question now. So for example, if it says ma lugatukum, what's your language, addressing the plural, you're going to say in response to say how to say we in Arabic, you say our language like this, and use it, say it in Arabic. I'm just giving you the translation. I don't want to give you the answer. I want you to like work it out for yourself. Give it a try first. Our language, and whatever your language is, inshallah ta'ala. Let's see, you're going to answer the rest of these questions and the previous three on the previous page. He says اقرأ واكتب. نحن نعرف هذا, we know this now. نحن مسلمون, إسلام ديننا, والله ربنا, ومحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبينا, والقرآن دستورنا, والكعبة قبلتنا, والعربية لغتنا. So again, this reading and writing, emphasizing what? It's emphasizing now the usage of the attached pronouns. Also, when there's words that you don't know what they mean, I want you to refer back to the vocabulary book. Refer back to the vocabulary book, inshallah ta'ala, just to look over those words that you don't understand the meaning of, okay? And if there's words that you can't find, post it to the Facebook group, or send me a message directly, and I'll tell you the meaning of the word, inshallah ta'ala. Google Translate is okay sometimes for individual words, but at the same time, sometimes not, because it might give you, sometimes words, they share words for, there's words that are similar, but the usage is different. So it's whether you get the correct word when you're using Google Translate. So I wouldn't rely on Google Translate, inshallah ta'ala. As we progress, I'll teach you how to use, what dictionaries to have and how to use them, inshallah ta'ala. But for now, just refer back to the vocabulary books for book 1. This part here, it says أضف الأسماء الآتية إلى الضمائر كما هو موضح في المثال. Add to the names, the following names, pronouns. Add the following names to pronouns as is being made clear to you in the example. So baytun, baytukum, baytuna. You're going to do the same. You're going to do this for all of these nouns. Baytun, baytukum, baytuna. So a house becomes your house, plural masculine. Baytuna, our house, plural, and not بيتك بيتي. Before it was بيتك بيتي, your house, my house. Now it's بيتكم, you guys' house, وبيتنا, our house, like this. And you're going to do the same thing, repeating this process for all of these nouns, just to drill the usage of the attached pronoun for now the plural form. Okay, then we have here exercise number 4. It says اقرأ. اقرأ أي يوم هذا. What day is this? What day is this? أي يوم هذا. So أي, it's a way of asking a question, which or what. Which day is it, like, basically. أي يوم هذا, which day is it? أي شهر هذا, which month is it? أي كلية هذه, which faculty is this? في أي مدرسة أنت, in what school are you? Or what school are you in, when you change the order correctly to match the English translation. من أي بلد أنت يا أختي? What country are you from? From which country are you? So you say, what country are you from? Okay, so أي means what or which, okay, and it's used to ask questions. Whatever comes after it is مضاف إليه, it takes kasra, just as we learnt back in lesson 5. So if you need to review the mudaf ilayh, go back to lesson 5 inshallah ta'ala to review it. Okay, so ayyu yawmin. So as you can see, yawmin, it takes kasra because it's mudaf ilayh. Ayyu yawmin. So this is the way of asking a question inshallah ta'ala for both rational and irrational things. I mean, this is referred to in Arabic as aqil wa ghayr al-aqil, human and objects and animals. So it doesn't matter. You see, we can use it for both. And this is an example of the usage. It's a question when it's used. Obviously, if we had in this sentence here, number 3, it says fi ayyi shari'in. It doesn't ever take tanween. Okay, it doesn't take tanween, but it can change fi ayyi. Why is it ayyi? Because of the kasra at the end of it there. So what you'll notice is, well, sorry, this is to continue from exercise number 5 from the previous page. This section is talking about al-alam al-a'jami, foreign names in the Arabic language. We have names like Ibrahimu. These are not originally from the Arabic language. And in this lesson we had Williamu. Okay, Williamu meaning William. So these names, the issue that we have with them is that they cannot take double sounds. So you wouldn't say Ibrahimun ever. It's always going to be Ibrahimu. It can't take un. Also, these nouns do not take kasra. They can never take kasra. They take fatha instead. So they don't take kasra, okay? No kasra for these nouns. It's not possible for them to take kasra, okay? So that's just the point to know about these. They're referred to as al-asma al-a'jamiyya. They're foreign names in the Arabic language, okay? And inshallah, in the end of the book, lesson 23 or so, we're going to actually go through this in a greater detail, inshallah. Greater detail. So basically, now we have exercise number 6. Exercise number 6. اقرأ المثال ثم حاول الجمل الآتية مثله. أنت ذهبت إلى المدرسة. أنتم ذهبتم إلى المدرسة. Now this is talking about the verb. So let's say we're going to take the verb, the 3 verbs that we learn here. ذهب, خرج, and jalasa. Okay, these are 3 past tense verbs. What these have in common, before they are ever conjugated or changed, they all end in fatha. They're just 3 letters, 3 letter words, and they're verbs. Okay, and this is a past tense verb. When we actually study verbs, and I'll do some short bonus videos on this inshallah ta'ala to make it very clear. How do verbs change? Okay, so as we had attached pronouns to say your book, my book, like this, then when we want to say who's actually doing the action, we also have attached pronouns. So as you can see here, it says anta, 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 and it's going to go to antum. So anta is the singular, okay? But we're going to do it for this. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to do it slightly different. We're going to expand it a bit. I want you to learn it for ana, okay? Nahnu. Then we're going to have anta, antum. Okay? like this. So I, we, you all. Okay. Then this is how we're going to change these verbs. I'm going to show you how we change all of them, inshallah ta'ala, so it becomes clear. So أنا ذهبت. أنا خرجت. أنا جلست. نحن ذهبنا. نحن خرجنا. All the same. نحن جلسنا. And repetition is key here. This will help it sink in. أنت ذهبت. Sorry, ذهبت, not ذهبت. أنت خرجت. أنت جلست. أنتم ذهبتم. خرجتم. جلستم. So let's just look at something quickly now. There's a pattern here, okay? What did I add? For Anna, I added ta, and I put a sukoon on the last letter of the actual verb. On the last letter of the verb, I put this sukoon, this sign. This sukoon on the last letter of the actual verb. And then this is the attached pronoun. All of these highlighted letters. Na for nahnu. Ta for anta. Okay? Tum for antum. But when I add this to the verb, I put a sukoon. The sukoon is this sign, as we should know. The sukoon on the last letter of the verb. أنا ذهبت. نحن ذهبنا. Not ذهبنا, no. أنت ذهبت. أنتم ذهبتم. Any verb you get, you make this change. Inshallah, you apply the same ruling. So then what you need to do now is have a go at writing out these sentences again in exercise number 6, inshallah ta'ala, with those necessary changes as it has been done in the example for you. Any questions, as you know, message me, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.